Don't be jealous of my boogie. Don't be jealous of my boogie. You can say that you are not, but I always see you looking. Don't be jealous of my boogie. Don't be jealous of my boogie.
Hey everyone, it's Jody here, your Wednesday host for FT Real M, and I hope everyone is having a good week. Time got away from me today. I apologize, I'm getting this video up late. I was procrastinating on studying, and so I walked my dogs for 2.5 hours. Great way to procrastinate, just go adventuring off into the neighborhoods with a friend. And then I had to go to a club thing that I'm involved with on campus. I just kind of help out when I can. I'm involved, but I'm not involved kind of thing. I'm not committed to being involved, but I do try to help out when I can. Anyway, jumping into this week's topic, though, it is how I knew I was trans, and I want to say that I didn't really know I was trans at one point, and by saying that, it kind of sounds awkward, but I didn't actually identify as any particular gender identity. I actually denied my female gender identity, though, by just ignoring it. I didn't really identify with anything until later on in my life, and I'll go ahead and explain that. So as I was growing up, I always thought I was one of the boys. I acted like one of the boys. I used to run around without my shirt on until I couldn't, and I always tried to pee standing up. If you would have asked me in elementary school what I would look like, what I looked like, when I wanted to grow up, I thought I was going to be tall, very athletic looking, six-pack abs. I was going to be a ladies' man. That's how I would describe myself. I'm not tall. I am not really a ladies' man, but I also kind of don't really try to get with all the ladies. I guess that reputation kind of just is really horrible, I realized at some point in time. And I don't have a six-pack, but I am athletic. I do consider myself athletic. I, do 5K stuff. I work out. I've played sports my entire life, like basketball, played softball, played soccer. I still do those types of things. I don't really play soccer anymore. I played soccer a couple of years ago, but anyway, moving on. And then also, when I was growing up, I would always want to play the dad when I did play with girls. They wanted to be the mom. I always wanted to be the dad, always. I claimed that. And then when we had to read, like, play parts in school, I would always want to be the boy. And I was always told I couldn't be the boy, and it really pissed me off because I didn't understand why I couldn't be the boy. And so then that just led me not to participate in class when we had to read out loud unless I was, like, forced to do it. And then also with that, moving into, like, middle school, junior high, was the first time I ever really had friends that were female. And it was really weird because I had a bunch of guy friends. And then to add on top of that, through elementary school and even junior high, middle school, I denied that I was going through puberty. I used to think that if I thought like a guy, I wouldn't have that monthly cycle. I wouldn't menstruate. And for a while, that brainwashing worked. Or if I wore particular, like, boy underwear, then I wouldn't have that happen to me every month. And it worked for a little while, but that was in the beginning, and then that kind of stopped working. So I had to admit that I had this thing going on. And then when I started to develop breasts to pass more as a guy, I would wear super baggy clothes, like shirts, all the time, so that way it would cover up my chest. And I denied having breasts up until I was a sophomore in high school, when I was like, okay, I can't really hide these anymore. I need to start wearing a sports bra. So I wore a sports bra forever and a day. And then people started asking me about, like, my sexuality, who I was attracted to, and I never admitted to a lot of people that I was attracted to women, because I didn't want them to think I was gay. I had, like, my first girlfriend in high school. I was, like, 16, 17 years of age, and I told one of my really good friends about it, and I told her I wasn't gay, though. I was like, I'm dating this girl, and I like this girl, but I'm not gay. And I really didn't understand that. I really didn't go past that kind of thought. I didn't put any other thought into it. I was just like, this is how it is, but I'm not gay. And then a year previous to that, I would actually I met a couple of girls online, and I told them that I was a guy, and so I met them as a guy just to see if I would pass, and then after meeting them that one time, I would never talk to them ever again. I would never want to see them ever again. It was usually girls that were supposed to be going to two different schools, but one of the girls did end up going to my school, and it's caused a lot of conflict because her friends thought I was a guy, and then my teacher outed me, and so it was really complicated. So I thought I was going to get beat up, but nothing ever happened to me, luckily, thank goodness. And that's when I stopped doing that because I just was like, I don't really understand why I'm doing this. And so I stopped doing that altogether, and I just denied any type of like sexual identity and gender identity. I was like, I'm just going to be me, and however that I represent that is just kind of how it is. I met my first trans woman when I was in college, and I was 19. It was in Oregon through this gay guy that I had met. And that's when I started figuring out that this was the moment. This is where I fit in, that I can be a guy and not be jealous that my brother can do all these things that I can't do, and that he can fucking pee standing up kind of thing. And I can live the life that I envisioned when I was younger, and why I was so, like, tomboyish my whole life. Like, my mom was thinking I was going to grow out of it, and I never grew out of it, and, you know, it was always just, like, I knew that I wasn't a female. Like, I knew that I didn't identify as a female identity, and so it was just always wrong to me, so I just never identified as anything. So that was kind of how I had my light bulb epiphany moment of meeting a trans woman, and then asking her lots of questions, and then doing a lot of research and talking, and then I started blogging on LiveJournal. That totally dates how old I am. And I used to blog on LiveJournal, and I joined a bunch of FTM groups on LiveJournal, and I would talk to all of these guys that were in the beginning of their transition, questioning their identity, and it was just like this eye-opening experience, and I was like, holy shit, this is me. And so that's kind of like the short version of how I knew I was trans. I kind of always knew I was trans. I just didn't have the right language to specify that to people or express that to people, and that's how I was feeling until later on in life. So I'm going to cut it short because the video is getting kind of long, so hopefully it helps you guys out. If you guys need any clarifying information, let me know. If you guys have any questions, let me know. And we're trying to rework some topics, so if you guys have any ideas, definitely let us know what you're looking at. And I will see you guys next week, alright? Bye.